Share one of the biggest culture shock you experienced or encountered when you moved to Canada.
I had someone or a group of people leave a restaurant because I was black.
This is nothing but a mad joke. It can't be possible.
I mean, it was awkward, yeah, but then again, I mean, they came back, but that was after a while. But I don't care actually. Yeah. I was just there to have fun. Yeah.
That is not nice. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel again. As you can see, the content today is quite different. I'm at the park, actually at the beach, and we are hanging out with friends. So today I thought to ask people that are living in Canada some fun questions, what they think about life here, the cost of living, is Canada still worth it, the harsh realities, and all those fun things. Let's hear different perspectives and have fun with it and see if people would still advise or recommend moving to Canada. Let's get into it. Hello, I like this your gun. Oh.
Thank you.
Who are you shooting?
I'm shooting my enemies.
It's nice to meet you. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Josh.
Hi Josh.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Shola.
Hi Shola, nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Adiola Shorela.
My name is Stephanie. I'm currently a student at Durham College.
My name is Ladi, and I think it's now. I've been in Canada for over a year.
I have a few questions for you today.
Okay.
The first question: what do you think about the cost of living in Canada right now?
He choked.
Oh my! He choke.
He choke. I mean, anybody you speak to now in Canada, it's like, I read something somewhere saying the cost of living is about to kill living things. Really, so
that's something. That's
the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
It keeps rising, and we're looking into God. It's
We're
hard.
just trusting God. It's God that is saving us in this street.
Honestly, we don't look like what we're going through.
We don't look like what we're going through.
So I would advise people to get like a part-time job, because I would say it's fairly expensive for groceries and like rent. Rent is actually expensive where I stay.
Most people are spending more than 30% of their take home on housing alone, talking of other living expenses such as groceries.
So generally, the cost of living in Canada is very high, but you have the jobs to make up for it. So it's not as bad as what we had in Nigeria.
But it's manageable when you have a part-time job.
Oh, nice. Because you're a student, you can only do part-time job right now.
My name is Toby, also known as Toby.
Top Sinker. If you're not following Top Sinker, please go and follow her.
on Instagram.
Yeah, she's everywhere, Toby.
Yeah.
Toby, nice to meet you. I have a few questions for you today. How are you coping with the cost of living in Canada right now?
I feel like we're just surviving at this point. Like you're just like one day at a time, because like everything's expensive. Your rent is expensive, food is expensive, pay phone bills. There's bills every month. So literally we're just living and managing.
You are surviving. Angry by the thread.
Exactly.
I know you've been here for only a year. Do you think Canada is depressing?
Personally, I don't think it's depressing because I go out a lot. Like I like to have fun.
You know how to have fun. You have to entertain yourself.
From winter, summer, fall,
You're outside.
I'm always outside.
Do you think Canada is depressing or lonely, and why?
Canada is lonely.
Lonely at the top, lonely.
So I did not think or understand the depth of how lonely could get, because I moved here just by myself. I have family back home.
Same.
And it's a struggle making friends as an adult, and you realize that if you're not conscious of making friends, you see that you just do your 9 to 5 and you're in your apartment. If you have a church, you go to church, and then you end up back at your apartment. So you end up being alone, and it takes conscious effort for you to try to meet people, hang out, and just make friends in general. It is a lonely place, and our advice: be conscious of making friends, because you end up being in a routine and find out that you don't really know people. Yeah.
Be intentional.
It was depressing. Initially, like in around this winter period when you couldn't see people outside. So when it gets dark, like around 4 p.m. It was horrible then. But now that it's summer, now that I'm meeting like people, so it kind of helps. I think meeting people now will help me towards the winter period. So, but generally, you get phases like that where you don't want to go out and there's literally nobody around, and you just feel like so it just helps if you can reach out to somebody.
But are you loving it so far?
So far, so good. The good balances the bad. So
Love
I'm
that.
enjoying it so far. Yeah.
As an immigrant, I would answer as an immigrant. I would say it is relatively lonely. I have my moments when I'm super lonely, but it's always good to have like friends you call and talk to. But I would say yes, to an extent it's lonely, but it's good to like have a circle, maybe in church, or maybe just have a circle or community where you have friends and you'll be fine.
Yeah. And what do you think about the crime rates in general?
Oh, it's actually super safe here. Of course, there are bad people, but the good ones are more than the bad ones. So.
I remember, I just realized that you live in Oshawa, so your experience is different from those of us that live in Toronto.
Oh yeah, Oshawa is so safe. Like I can walk down to my friend's house by 11 p.m. and then yeah, it's safe.
Yeah, love that, love that. So, would you still advise anyone to move to Canada?
Yes, for sure. I would say Canada is a great place to be in. It's great for immigration, route. So yeah, I would advise people to move to Canada.
Canada is relatively safe, but there are still some pockets of crimes here and there, especially in some cities and GTA. Yeah.
So, you feel like the crime rates right now, is it like what would you say about the crime rate right now?
It is. I don't believe it is cost of living that is actually increasing the crime, because even before they started hiking the cost of interest rates, there have been crimes in some areas, rampant to be precise when it comes to auto theft.
Yeah.
And I know you have once.
I've been a
had an
victim of car
experience
theft.
that.
Yeah.
So I can say almost every minute a car is stolen in Canada.
I've had incidents like every other time there's something happening on the city even if I know anywhere else. The other day someone was stabbed at Eglinton station, I believe,
Yeah.
and it was very like random. So it's getting higher. I feel like every other day we're hearing something is going on. There's one stab, there's one killing, and it's random. So it's not even like it doesn't even feel like it's targeted. It's just random killings, and that's very scary. But we pray to God.
God is keeping
That's
us.
the only thing we can do.
I know, right? I know.
But, I mean, hopefully it gets under control soon. But
I hope so
that's
too.
what
I literally hope so too.
I think the crime rate in Canada is very low, like very very low. It's like a one-digit crime rate, like very low. Under 5, I would say.
Oh, love that.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you have experienced safe space living in Canada.
Yeah.
So, would you advise anyone to move here?
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Bro, move here. Move here. Like it's a better space mentally, culture-wise. You get to learn a lot. You get to meet like diverse people from different parts of the world. So like it's a safe place for you to grow and learn. So I mean, I advise anybody to move here. Do what you need to do to get here. Sell the cars, sell the houses, and come here.
It's worth it, basically.
Yeah, it's worth it, man.
Yes, for sure. I would say Canada is a great place to be in. It's great for immigration, route. So yeah, I would advise people to move to Canada.
Yes, I would say I invite people to come to Canada, but you have to be very strategic and plan your coming.
I would say yes, regardless of the harsh realities of things not being as rosy as you think it might be. I would still say, in my experience, it's been a better option coming from Nigeria and moving to Canada. But I think in all, preparation is key, and just knowing that there can be struggles along the way, but prep and brace yourself for the journey ahead. It's all worth it in the end.
We go explain because no evidence. So you try your best. If you don't make am.
I would say yes because depending on your standard of living, right? Like depends on where you're coming from actually, right? So if you're coming from like a third world country, obviously being here your standard of living is higher, right? So you also weigh like what are your chances of getting a good job, what kind of job opportunities are there for you, depending on your career. If you have family here, that might also help you settle in. You have to weigh like the pros and
the
cons, to be
and
honest.
see if it's worth it
I
for
mean,
you.
I moved and I'm doing okay. Even though I'm complaining that things are expensive, it's just what it is. Like, yeah. So just weigh your pros and cons and then make a good choice.
What's the biggest culture shock that you faced when you moved to Canada?
Okay, so I moved to Canada during the winter period, and the cold literally hit me like when I got out of the airport. So I would say the first thing is the cold. The second thing is that everyone is always smiling and happy even when they don't know you. So yeah, that's another thing. Everyone is always smiling and happy and all of that. And
Yeah, so
then-
they're friendly.
Yeah, they're super friendly. I would say the weather. I mean, everybody always says, "Oh, Canadian winters are brutal," but until you experience it, you never really know what you're getting yourself into. And I would also say that the work environment, I've always had this mindset about, oh, maybe subtle racism, but in my experience, they've been really nice. People that I've worked with have been really nice. So, coming from Nigeria where there's no really work life balance, I would say that it's a totally different thing here, and it's been a good experience so far.
Oh, love that, love
Yeah.
that. I'm really glad that you are experiencing the good side of working in Canada and even working as an adult or in your professional life. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, share one of the biggest culture shock you experienced or encountered when you moved to Canada.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Okay, so coming to Canada, what I heard about Canadians was that they are very nice, they're very respectful. Until I had someone or a group of people leave a restaurant because I was black. I mean, it was awkward, yeah. But then again, I mean, they came back, but that was after a while. But I don't care actually. Yeah. I was just there to have fun, yeah.
That is not nice. I know you feel like you didn't care about it, but it could take an
Yeah.
adverse effect on somebody
Yeah, for
else.
some other people, it could be very advanced and it trigger them to do stuff that they
Yeah,
don't do. For
yeah.
me, I just took it in good place and moved on. Yeah, but they are not like that. Canadians are not like that. Like
It's
we are-
just few,
it's
just
just
few of them.
We should start saying we are good people.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
good. I know, right? What would you say has been the biggest culture shock for you since you moved here?
Whew. Biggest, I think the people are nicer. The system is orderly than what I'm used to. But generally, just seeing how things work, kind of orderly.
Okay, nice. Anyway, there you have it. You heard from people, different folks, about the realities of living in Canada, the cost of living, the crime rate, and if it's still worth moving to Canada. So let me know in the comment, what do you think about these responses? Do you have a different opinion? What are your thoughts on moving to Canada? Leave a comment below, subscribe if you're yet to do so, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.